Now tonight I'm joined by a young man who's an Afro-soul singer. He's a composer, he's a writer, and he's also a performer. His name is Dumza Maswana or Dumza Maswana. He's recently released his second album called MOLO, and that's what it's titled, and he's here to chat to us about his album, share with us his journey, and how he has been able to turn his talents into, call it a business or into an income. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming to Kicking Doors with Sbu Leope. So I've got a breakfast show as well. So sometimes I have to remember. Thank you for coming to Kicking Doors, because the breakfast show is DJ Sbu Breakfast. So I almost said thank you for coming to the DJ Sbu Breakfast. But good evening. How have you, Dumza, turned your talents into a business? Because I'm sure when you were growing up singing, you never thought that you'd be making a living out of this. Or did you know?
No, I didn't know. I started singing at a young age, but from the villages, I'm from the Eastern Cape, I never really knew that I would actually become, or I would be doing this as a business or as for a living. I thought I was just going to sing, and I never really see the bigger picture. But now it's happening that I see a bigger picture. And
I'm sure as you're growing up, a lot of people's parents, they discourage us from, taking our talents and turning them into, it's like, no. Go to school, become a lawyer, become a doctor. What were your experiences?
They wanted me to go to school, but at the same time at home, my family, if you pass standard 10 or matric, you can go to whatever you want to do. But I was told to go and find work, and when I said I want to do music, nobody really understood. What do you mean music? I mean, you can sing, that's fine, but you need like a real job.
Yeah.
So I had to really convince them that this is what I want to do.
Yeah. And what type of music do you sing?
I'm a soul and jazz artist, and at the same time I'm a voice-over artist, specializing in isiXhosa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So isiXhosa is obviously a South African language.
Yes.
That is found, or that originates in the Eastern Cape, in the same hometown of Utatu Nelson Mandela, right?
Yes.
For people who don't know, because our viewers are from all over the African continent, different countries.
Yeah.
Now I want to know, when did you know that this is what I want to do for the rest of my life?
I was part of a group of 4 guys. We were doing gospel, a cappella, and we won competition. And I was that guy who was writing most of the time. I was writing the songs, and so we won 2 competitions, and we got a record deal. But it was just a studio time. But we were so excited, thinking that okay, we're gonna do big things. But it was just a studio time. So from there, we were performing everywhere, selling our CDs, to people. So that thing started there. The passion for music, because at the time I was in high school, So we started making money, So I was like, oh, I think I can do this. I think I can do this.
Yeah. And then professionally?
Professionally, I recorded my first album in 2009. I came to Joburg in 2006. I was a young guy, and I came for this thing. So later in 2009, I recorded an album, Ipupalam, and I've been doing it since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what type of audiences do you perform for? Like corporate audiences, or do you go commercial, mainstream?
I do both. I perform in festivals. Like recently I performed in Kaya, like a 20,000 audience in the Eastern Cape, and I also do corporate events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I remember the other day, a couple of weeks ago, was it last week or a couple of weeks ago, we had Sabelo Mthembu, who's one of the most respected, vocalists in South Africa.
Yeah.
And it's growing his brand. It's pretty much a new artist, but he's doing extremely well.
Yeah.
And we had to speak about our music penetrating the rest of the globe. And he actually told me that he actually would love to rather focus on the African continent, as opposed to having to necessarily go overseas, because that will bring itself in any way. What is your bigger goal? Where are you taking your career?
I believe that my music is international, and I'm a huge fan of world music and jazz, And I've been told and I've seen that a lot of artists that do a similar sound, they do well in Europe. You know, some of those, one of those people is Sbu Leope, you know. So my sound is kind of similar to that sound, and I would really love to take my music to that other side of the world.
Yeah.
You know.
And how do you work? Do you have a team that you work with? Do you treat yourself or run yourself as a business? Or do you just sing? You just want to sing. You don't care about who handles the legal stuff or the financial side of everything.
I am under my record label, my record company, Soliad Records. But because I don't really have, you know, those skills, like management and you know how to take care of the whole thing. So I have a team. Mahusiano is our management, and they do PR and marketing. So they are the ones that are really helping me, you know, on the side of the business, and I'm learning as I'm working with them.
So you've got a PR team, you've got a management team,
yeah.
You've got you've got ways now in the music industry where people are making money off streaming, digital sales,
yeah.
etc., etc. You guys make money off product endorsements or brand endorsements,
yeah.
brand affiliations. You make money off shows as well. You make money off mechanical royalty, publishing royalty.
Yes.
You also said you write for other people.
I haven't written for anyone yet, you
okay.
know, but I write music. I write all my music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a skill, exactly, that a lot of people like yourself have not necessarily tapped into, where you can actually write for other people and, you know, cash a paycheck. I mean, I know a lot of artists who write for other people and they make a lot of money. And
being able to write for yourself is another advantage, you know, because if a lot of people are writing for you and you only perform, it can be a bit tricky. And at the same time, if you write your own music and you are independent, you can do whatever you want to do. You know, you can be yourself and not worry that, okay, you know, that company wants you to do this, you know, because like the first album, I was told a lot of things, you know, but okay, you need to sound like this, you need to sound like this, and I was not comfortable and I was not myself. So having your own or doing your own thing, it really helps you to just be yourself.
Would you say that you're making good money to make a living right now?
I'm living, you know, that's all I can say for now. I am living. I mean, I can see royalties. When it's that time of royalties, I get good money. And the album is doing very well, you know. Especially the people that like our sound, you know, soul and jazz, they want the copy, you know. They buy on iTunes and everywhere, but they want a copy.
Yeah.
So so you can actually deliver the CD to the person. So it's working.
So for people that are watching right now, before you sing for us who are watching, how do we access your music if I'm currently sitting in Nigeria, I'm currently sitting in Ghana or Kenya? Is the music available on iTunes or Apple Music?
It's on iTunes. Actually, it's in every platform, digital platform. iTunes, Google Play, CD Baby, Deezer, it's everywhere. Okay. You know, Spotify, it's in all of those platforms.
And what do they search for?
Dumza Maswana MOLO.
Okay.
Yeah.
Name of the album is MOLO. M-O-L-O.
M-O-L-O and Dumza Maswana.
Dumza, D-U-M-Z-A.
D-U-M-Z-A.
Maswana, M-A-S-W-A-N-A.
Yeah, that's
all right. Dumza Maswana is going to close us off or leave us with some, he's going to stretch his vocals a bit before he leaves us. So let's hear, how can this guy sing? How does it drive our woman mad? You're going to sing to that camera over there.
Okay. Well, this is a song for my daughter, Emihle. Here it goes. Emihle mntanam, uyathandwa ngutata, ndifuna ubona ukhula, uzimele bomini. Mafungwa sheka tata, akakho fana nawe, uxolisa inhliziyo, uchwayitisa umphefumulo, uyintsikelelo, welela ngaphesheya. Wena ulikamva lesizwe, welela ngaphesheya.
Wow! Wow!
Yeah.
It's a song dedicated to his child. It's a girl.
It's a girl, Emihle.
Oh, Emihle.
Yeah.
Emihle means the beautiful ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How old is she?
She's 7.
7 years old. I got a 3-year-old and I can relate. Such a beautiful thing. He's saying to his daughter, you are a blessing of mine. I can't believe that I've got such a beautiful little thing like you. I'd like for you to grow up and become a blessing unto this world. And his name is Dumza Maswana. You can get his album from all of the different music platforms. It's called MOLO, M-O-L-O. Thank you very much for joining us, my brother.
Thank you so much.